I'm taking my car back to Tesla. I'll tell you why in just a little bit. I've now owned my Tesla 2023 Model 3 Standard Range for about a month, actually, right at 1,000 miles. I've put it through the test. All sorts of terrain, all sorts of situations. For example, I've been packing out this back trunk from everything from golf clubs to fishing rods and umbrellas, just trying to see what can this car really handle. And it's done really well. I like this car. I miss my Camry a little bit, but I do like this car more and more every day. There are some things I don't like, and I want to share those with you in case you're interested in buying. I parked my car beside these trees on our driveway, and North Carolina right now, that black color on that car collects dirt. This is just 2 days after washing my car. You'll notice the bottom half of the vehicle is still pretty dirty. I guess that's where the soap didn't really penetrate as much as I'd like. But when it's clean on a sunny day, man, this car just looks great. I've had a few kinks along the road, and that's why I'm taking the car back to Tesla. Something's going on with this camera, something's going on with this window, something's going on with the passenger seat. But boy, oh boy, this window snapped the fly fishing rod in half. I accidentally brought the window up, and it happened twice. I accidentally snapped it twice. But I let Tesla know that the upcoming meeting I have with them, they need to look at this back window, because if it was a child's finger, man, that could get pretty dangerous. The Camry would just bring the window back down and not snap the rod, but the Tesla back windows, boy, oh boy, I hate for that to be somebody's head, neck, or finger. And what about the charging? John, what's the charging been like? Well, like I said, I'm right at 1,000 miles, and I did a test. I did a test with my Trip B. I charged the car to 100%, and I've not charged it since. So far, I've used 60%. I'm at 41.40, and I've gotten about 69 miles worth. To be fair, I have had an emergency, going to the hospital, driving 90 miles an hour, but overall, 69 miles. If it continues to play out that way, I should get about 100 miles worth of a full tank with my type of driving. And what about the charging? Well, there's a lot of convenience. You can open and close that charge port without having to get in and out of the car, which is a blessing. And that adapter that comes with the car, it is a huge blessing. Whether you're using ChargePoint, whether you're using a charger at Ingles, or even just something that your city offers and you're not charging at home, it's a blessing. It's nice to have that adapter. You're going to get to these chargers, you're going to top off, let's say 50% worth of a battery in about 4 hours. I've yet to use the superchargers just because I live so far away from them and I have no use for them. But I am planning a road trip to Tennessee, and if we take that road trip in this car, I'll make sure to document it for all of you. Thanks so much for watching. This car's beautiful. There's just certain angles where it is beautiful. Like, check out the sunset and the way that it reflects off of the car. You'll notice the sunroof and that tint does a great job, then through the windshield, and that's what the sunset looks like outside of the car. But there's definitely been ways in which I've fallen more and more in love with the car. I was doing groceries, for example, and I wanted to see just how much can I fit. Well, there's your answer. Some groceries fit in the front, some in the back, and if you stick around, I'll show you whether or not the eggs made it home all in one way. And then, of course, everybody's question, what about the self-driving? Well, the Camry could do this. The Camry could balance between lanes and follow the car in front of me. I would say that the Tesla does it a bit better, definitely smarter than the Camry. Doesn't go crazy and brake on emergency as much as the Camry did, although it still does that because it's confused and it's not a human. Man, it loves to ride the yellow line, that middle yellow dotted or double yellow line. The Tesla loves to stay really close to that line. The heated seat warmers, the heated steering wheel, the Netflix, the YouTube, those are always such a popular share to share with my friends. So here's that black mesh that you can get on Amazon. The link is in bio. I took it off to see, hey, does the car heat up? And it doesn't really go that crazy. I just took the clips right off. I'll store them. If I ever want to put the mesh back up, I can. I've noticed little kinks as I've owned this car, like the back of the steering wheel and the stitching and unlocking the door for my passengers. Here's another kink that I've just kind of had to get used to. If I hit the car in park, as soon as I get home and I want to open my frunk, the frunk won't open. So I've learned if I lock the car from the inside, if I hit the lock button and unlock it and then try the frunk, sure enough, there it goes. And so I told you we'd get a check of the eggs. You put groceries in the front of your trunk. This is going about 60, 70 miles an hour on the back roads, groceries in the front, holes in the road, all sorts of driving, and the eggs made it just fine. I've put my laptop in the front, I've put tools in the front, and I've put groceries in the front. They've done well. So now I'm just really trying to add to the accessories of the vehicle, like the tire caps that you can get on Amazon. That link is also in bio. You really just love this car so much, you love the interior and the overall feel, that you just start adding accessories little by little, because Tesla doesn't really give you any accessories like the floor mat or the spare tire, as we mentioned in the previous video. But the longer you own it, the better you are at efficiently going over to the dashboard, messing around with your AC, your heated seat warmers, your wipers, your lights. A lot of that just takes some getting used to, and I'll be honest, I am definitely not used to it completely. I try to keep my eyes on the road as best as I can, but thankfully the car is pretty smart. Before I forget, this car does have some kind of weird thing going on with the windows. Every time I'm on these back roads, or really just on the highway, I go ahead and bring all 4 of the windows up to try and take some of the noise out from the cabin. But those are such little kinks that you really just kind of deal with. At the end of the day, this is a beautiful car to drive. It's wonderful to own and to invite people to join in, whether it's the outside, whether it's the funny way to get in and out of the car, or whether it's just the lit up interior. It's a fun car to get to drive and to show off to friends. So I'm taking the car back to Tesla to get some work on the front bumper on top of the driver's side tire that had some factory issues, that electric motor on the passenger seat, that back window. I want them to definitely take a look at that. And here lately I've had some kind of an issue with the passenger camera. I asked Tesla if they would be giving me a loaner for the day, and sure enough, they believe it'll take a little longer than a day, so they plan to give me a loaner, and I've got my fingers crossed that it will be a Model S, perhaps a Model X, and of course the Model Y. Whichever it is, I'm looking forward to taking a loaner so that I can show you guys exactly what it's like to own one of the other types of Teslas, and that way I can pretty much do it for free as they fix my vehicle. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out the links for all of the little accessories that I've mentioned in this video. Hope you have a great day.